Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Scorpio. So Scorpio, before we begin with your cards, actually that are from my own tarot deck, one that I made in 2018. So it's been guiding me and I've been recently guided to do these readings for you guys over here in YouTube. So let's talk before we begin and get into your cards, because these cards have been sitting on my desk for a good 5 or 6 days now. And I've been struggling to record it, and not because of external factors, but by the energy of your cards in itself, because um, I feel like there is a lot of resistance of, wanting to hear the message that is here today for you, Scorpio. And I feel like it's something related to a love relationship, or not necessarily romantic, but some sort of true love that wants to come into your life and you're not allowing, or you don't want to hear about it. You're like so closed off, and that I couldn't sit down just to speak the words out loud. So I've been having a real fight with your cards, with this message. And today, because it's the full moon in Aries, and Mars and Pluto, both planets that the recent ruler, the modern ruler of Scorpio, Pluto, and Mars, which is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, are both a really big part, a really intense present of this energy of the full moon in Aries. So I feel like I couldn't just run away from this reading anymore, because it was just bringing me to this point of angst and just anger with myself, right? Because there was no reason for not being able to sit down. And so here I am, just, fighting this, maybe your resistance, Scorpio, to receiving this message. But hopefully, this intense transformation that this full moon in Aries today is bringing to us collectively will help you, transmute all of this resistance for this love. And another thing that I wanted to add to this was the lyrics, two verses specifically of a song that I was listening to before starting to record this today, from one of my favorite singers. Actually, I think he could be like my favorite singer of all time, because his lyrics are just so poetic and so profound and so moving. And so the name of the song that I was listening to was Ren Before the Storm by Rue Pains. He's a UK-based singer-songwriter. So if you have a chance to hear to his music, it's very touching and moving and very profound. Anyways, the lyrics were, oh my god, it just blanked out of my mind. Wait. Okay. Love is a two-edged sword. Although I'm yours, I'm mine. And so I feel like this plays out very beautifully with your reading today, because I feel like there is some sort of sharp truth that you're trying to, turn a blind eye and, avoid seeing, because there's love trying to come in. So we begin finally at 4 minutes and almost 30 seconds with the first card that came through, which is the Lovers, right? And here, this Lovers came with, this first reaction, this first anxious response, because the message that came through was love is coming. But it came with a tone of, if you've watched Game of Thrones, the phrase winter is coming was filled with nervousness and fear and anxiousness, and you know, all of this dreadful feelings, you know, things that drag you down, that make you just that put you in a fearful position, right? And so here, this message of love is coming for you, Scorpio, came with that feeling, you know, of, you know, just fear and resistance and not wanting it to be true. But here it is. Here it's coming, and in a really big way, because it's a major arcana, right? And so I feel like the resistance is coming. It's like being emphasized by the two cards that followed this Lovers, because here we have the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords. So here you are trying to, you know, trying to neglect it, trying to not see it, trying to hold your position of a really so the word that I'm getting right now is hold your isolated position, right? It feels to me like you're trying to keep yourself locked in an island, right? In an island of, you know, sadness, in an island of deception, in an island of, you know, hard feelings. And so what I'm seeing is like a sad face, right? In this island, there's no room for smiling, and it makes me sad, Scorpio. It makes me sad. I don't want to feel like that, and I feel like you don't either, but somehow this is a known place for you, right? And so you are fearing, you know, the amount of love that is coming your way. Yeah, because, you know, if you are in this island all alone, you know, trying to keep yourself, you know, steady here and just avoid heartbreak, avoid hard feelings and sadness, you're just feeding into this, because, you know, by trying to avoid this tsunami of love, right, for you know, which probably will overtake your island, yeah, with love, right, with love. But I feel like you're looking at this and you just you're expecting this, right? You're expecting to be misunderstood, to be left out in the cold, to be mistreated, to be taken advantage of, right? And so I feel like you're just crawling into, you know, a fetal position and trying to avoid it at all costs. But as I said, it's a really big wave of love that is coming your way, and I feel like you cannot hold back from it, because, you know, whatever you're trying to keep yourself in this island of isolation. And you know what I'm getting right now is that maybe you are doing this on purpose because you're trying to heal something. But I feel like what the universe is saying here, particularly with the message in these cards, is that the healing is done. It is completed. You have come to a place of you have recharged your batteries, right? With this Four of Swords, you have been in this place of healing for very long, right? And that's why maybe you can take on this tsunami of love that is coming your way, right? You don't have to be fearful of it, right? But maybe this is the reason that, you know, first of all, the energy of this potent full moon in Aries is helping you, you know, find the courage to, you know, face this, to receive this, to open your arms, your heart to this love. Sorry about the noise. And so the card that came after the Four of Swords was the Magician, right? the number one, the one who has every single tool at its hands, right? To make whatever you desire manifested, right? To just, through your actions, through your wise actions, I should add, you are capable of building the life that you want, right? You don't have to stay isolated here alone anymore, right? You have gained so much wisdom while you were there that now you are this very powerful being, right? And I feel like this magician is also talking about like how the universe is, you know, bringing you big shifts, big change, big manifestations, because you have waited here alone, patiently healing for so long that I feel like you deserve so much, right? This is what this magician is talking about today. Like, he's coming almost like he's coming like a god, you know, and take it however it resonates with you, but it's coming with this powerful sovereign being that it's trying to, you know, mirror back to you your power, right? And this one is bringing a clear message about a sharp truth, you know, with this mirroring, because you see, here we have a mirroring also, right? And you know, it's almost like this one is coming to intervene whatever resistance you have to see yourself in this partnership, in this really powerful, really potent love connection, right? Because this is a mirror and this is also mirror. So it's almost like this this reminder that has to happen first before you take on this beautiful mirror, because it feels like you're not recognizing your power, right? And so the sharp truth is coming from these cards that are following this magician. So the Ace of Swords, Judgment, and the Two of Swords. And so here there's a really interesting message, because I feel like it's almost like this. So the magician is serving as this first mirror, as this very potent mirror about just to remind you, to make you realize that you are very powerful and that you hold in your hands the truth that you seek. You hold it in your hands. You just have to remember it, right? And so here is where, you know, those lyrics came to mind when I was listening to the song that I just mentioned in the beginning, right? Love is a two-edged sword. And so here is the truth. Here is this sword of truth that cuts both ways, right? And this is where this truth is coming through to you today, Scorpio, because I feel like you're not wanting to see it for what it is, because you are afraid of cutting yourself and others. If you dare to face it, if you dare to, you know, face your own power, your own sovereignty. But because what I'm getting right now, it's because you are very intense, right, Scorpio? I know that because my moon in Scorpio, and I do have my moon conjunct to Pluto, so I understand it. I feel it. I feel you, Scorpio. But I feel like you cannot avoid just embodying your power and living by your power and manifesting through your power, because you do have a lot of power. But it's a question of knowing how to use it, you know, just being wise enough and not use your powers to destroy anything, but to build things. with a lot of truth, holding the sword of truth. And so here is where it gets really interesting, because with this Judgment and the Two of Swords, I feel like your intention, or it's almost like this cry for help to the universe once you do realize that you have a lot of power, and you are so wise that you're asking the universe to help you use it wisely, right? To use it wisely. And so here what I'm seeing, which is really, it's so empowering, because it's like, in order for you to fully use your power, but with this wisdom that you've gained, I feel like you're asking the universe to break down, to how do I explain this? It's not break down in a way to lessen your power, but in a way, and not to fragment it either, but just in a way that you can show your intensity without burning anyone, without being aggressive, without being destructive, right? And so here is where I feel like this mirroring, this wave, this tsunami of love that is coming your way. And the image that I'm just seeing right now is like you on the shore with your sword, and ready to confront this love, but realizing that the water in here, the emotional connection here, it's able to dissolve all of these doubts, that are embedded here in these two swords. And so it's like this dissolution. But okay, two things. One, you're asking the universe to break down your intensity, to just try to minimize the impact of your intensity, of your powerful words, of your powerful communication, of your powerful being, right? Because perhaps in the past, and maybe that's why you hold this within you, right? Because perhaps in the past your words were too cutting, or too aggressive, or too destructive, and you're afraid of using your words in a way that they will hurt other people. So perhaps that's the reason why you're holding back so much from receiving this love, but it's coming whether you want it or not. And I feel like once you use your wisdom to call for help from the universe, the way that this universe is answering your call is by dissolving these doubts. You see, it breaks down this really big concern of yours, right? Symbolized by this this sword, this two-edged sword, right? From the lyrics of the song, into two swords. And the way that I'm seeing here is that because it's a two, it's almost like one for you and one for this other one, right? Because whoever is this one that is coming your way to be in a partnership, to be in a love connection, to be in a relationship with you, they are able to take this intensity, right? They are able to help you dissolve all of your doubts. And so I am feeling like a big relief, right? Because I feel like I was holding up a lot of tension and resistance from this reading, and I'm glad I just could channel it through to help you in a way. And so this is where the first part of your message ends. I'm going to pull more cards and see what's coming through. with this, you know, this love that is coming your way. And also as a final guidance, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes that I made. And so if you want to come to the extended with me, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.